For 3 years, I'd been Ryan's simp, strung along. He'd announced 8 girlfriends, and still, it wasn't my turn. In a fit of anger, I slept with his friend. When I woke up, a man lay beside me, his thin lips swollen from where I'd sucked on them. I was terrified. Please, please don't tell Ryan. His face was cold. What, you want me to be your third wheel too? I was sure I was still dreaming. Otherwise, why would there be such a handsome face on the pillow beside me? So handsome my legs felt weak. The first time I dreamt of such a catch, I figured I shouldn't waste the opportunity. I licked his lips a couple of times. Soft and warm. I thought, I can still have dreams like this. Maybe Ryan isn't my only option after all, who cared how many girlfriends he had. Yesterday was my birthday, and also the 3rd year I'd liked Ryan. He'd been single for a few months, and no other girl had appeared beside him except me. I got my hopes up, thinking he was finally ready to settle down and confess his feelings. Instead, Ryan hooked up with a freshman girl right in front of me. I felt like a total joke. Thinking about it, I gritted my teeth and gave the dreamy guy's upper lip a hard suck, making a popping sound. The handsome guy frowned slightly, reached back, and cupped the back of my head, pulling me into his arms. Skillfully, he parted my lips and flicked his tongue against the roof of my mouth. I shivered, finally realizing this wasn't a dream. I grabbed the hand that was starting to wander lower. I gave an awkward laugh. Hey, it's you. Yeah, I recognized him. Ryan's roommate, Sebastian. I hadn't seen him many times, but I recognized that handsome face. He was at the party last night too. Sebastian hummed, his eyes half open, and tried to lean in to kiss me again. I quickly blocked him. I scrambled out of bed and stumbled into my clothes. I blurted out a jumbled mess, not sure who I was trying to convince. We were both drunk last night. It was an accident, you know? Just an accident. It's okay, just pretend it was a dream. Sebastian, behind me, was moving slower than me. He'd only put on a pair of pants. There was a clear tooth mark on his collarbone. He pointed it out to me. You bit me that hard, and this is a dream? I nervously looked away. Maybe I didn't bite you? Maybe it's an old scar. Sebastian laughed bitterly. Fine. Come over here and bite me again. We can compare the bite marks. I knelt down with a thud, pleading with him. Can you please not tell Ryan? To show I was serious, I even clasped my hands together and bowed. But I forgot the neckline of this dress was low, and Sebastian was looking down at me. Suddenly, his loose cargo pants tented. Sebastian didn't move, trying to glare me to death. Chloe, what do you mean? You slept with me last night, and you don't want to take responsibility? We were drunk last night. We were equally responsible. It's not like one person slept with the other. Sebastian didn't listen to my explanation. He sneered. Fine, you want to pretend you don't remember? I have proof. In the video, I was really drunk. My face was covered in tears, crying hysterically, looking hideous. 3 years, he dated 8 girls, and it still wasn't my turn. I'm pathetic, I'm an idiot, I'm an embarrassment to women. The man I was hugging was tall and lean. I rubbed my face against his shirt, giggling foolishly while touching his abs. I mumbled a bunch of dirty thoughts I couldn't make out. Then I stood on my tiptoes to kiss him. His long, slender fingers pinched my face. Do you know who I am? Handsome guy. Say my name, Sebastian. Come on, repeat after me. If I say it right, can I kiss you? Yeah. Can I touch you? Stop talking nonsense, just say it. Thank you. Chloe! There are 3 syllables and you got 2 wrong. The video ended there. Sebastian stood with his arms crossed, on his moral high grow. UND. I mumbled apologetically, overwhelmed with shame. Luckily, my phone rang. Oh, no. It was that jerk Ryan calling. Answer it. Why aren't you answering? Sebastian gritted his teeth. I covered the phone's microphone, wanting to go to the restroom to take the call. He stretched out a long leg, blocking my path. Answer it here. Me, I voluntarily put him on speakerphone. Princess Sebastian's face brightened slightly. He gave me a look that said, "You're being smart." On the other end of the phone, dummy, still not up? Taking forever to answer my call. Just one sentence, and Sebastian's face turned sour again. He even rolled his eyes. Me, what's up? Nothing much, just chatting. What do you think of that freshman girl from last night? I gave an objective assessment. Pretty, and seems well behaved. Are you going to pursue her? Not really. She's not as pretty as you, actually, but I haven't dated this type before. Just trying something new. I fell silent. Ryan chuckled softly. His voice was low and suggestive. Upset? Because I'm dating? Don't worry, I'm not the type to ditch my friends for a girlfriend. Girls won't affect our friendship. I didn't want to listen anymore. I might be stubborn, but I wasn't stupid. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm kind of busy right now. During the time I'd been a simp, I was always the one begging Ryan for a call, clinging to him for a few more words. But Ryan was usually annoyed by me. Only when someone new appeared beside him, just to keep me hooked, would he call me. I'd figured it out. When he'd just broken up, and when he was about to date someone new. Those were the 2 times he was nicest to me. Probably to increase his simp retention rate, to keep me hoping. This was the first time. The first time I'd hurried him off the phone. Ryan was stunned for a moment. He hung up without even saying goodbye. Maybe he was waiting for me to call back and apologize. But this time, I really couldn't be othered. I was tired too. Sebastian in front of me was about to explode. He said sarcastically, "Dummy, you're way more important than my girlfriend. Me, you have to admit, good looks have their advantages." Looking at Sebastian like this, I couldn't even get mad. You don't actually believe his bullshit, do you? Sebastian stared at me fiercely, as if I nodded, he'd rip my brain out and scramble it himself. Me, can we please not talk about him? It's annoying. Whatever I said must have pleased him. Princess Sebastian's mood brightened slightly. Fine, then let's keep talking about how you plan to take responsibility for me. Me, I tried to define what happened last night as an accident. We were drunk and Sebastian's face went cold. You assaulted me. I only said you could kiss me, but you took it further. Not only did you tear off my clothes, you demanded to see me naked and threatened to post on the campus gossip page that I stole your takeout if I didn't. Me, I confessed. Can I pay you back? Heh. Sebastian shoved his phone screen right in my face. I couldn't even count all the zeros in his payment app balance before he switched to his messaging app wallet. Fine, how much are you planning to pay? Think carefully before you answer. Considering my quality, my technique, and also. Sebastian's handsome face flushed slightly. I was a virgin, you'll have to pay extra. I realized the class gap. I couldn't afford Princess Sebastian's first time. Dude, I'm genuinely trying to make amends. Is there any other way besides money? Sebastian opened his mouth, then closed it. He mumbled and stuttered, his mind clearly on something dirty, his ears and neck were flushed red. He didn't say anything else, just called the hotel front desk to send up some clothes. He didn't hide from me when he changed either. Looking straight ahead, I could see Sebastian's lean back and waistline. His muscles were defined but not bulky. Realizing I was still having dirty thoughts at a time like this, I shamefully lowered my head. Wow, his butt was nice too. Enough. I closed my eyes. Sebastian drove me to the university in his Mercedes. He held the steering wheel, miles away in thought. One moment he couldn't suppress a smile, the next his face was stern, squeezing in a glare at me during the red light. I was careful the whole way, afraid my breathing might annoy him. When we got to the campus gate, about the compensation, Sebastian stared straight ahead, his ears so red they looked like they might bleed. You, let me come back. Huh? His voice was so low, I really didn't hear him. Sebastian, come back. I repeated like a broken record. Huh? Sebastian finally bothered to look at me directly. His peach blossom eyes showed a hint of anger. Are you deliberately playing dumb to avoid responsibility? You not only assaulted me, you did that thing to me. All I asked was to kiss you back, and you won't even agree? Oh, just kissing. Is that all? Such a small request. Us big girls can handle it. No problem, you can kiss me 10 times. Okay. It's a deal, no backing out. Sebastian quickly agreed, as if he was the one getting the better deal from this transaction. Heh, with a hottie's lips like that, I could kiss them senseless. He cleared his throat. Then now, let's have the first kiss. I watched with open eyes as Sebastian leaned closer. So close I could even see the fine hairs on his face. Suddenly, a whistle came from behind the car. And then Ryan's voice. I shivered with fright. Sebastian, who's in your car? No exaggeration, I was close to having a heart attack. Quick as a spy, I grabbed the trench coat Sebastian had taken off in the back seat and buried my head in it. Completely covered myself. Naturally, I didn't notice that before rolling down the window, Sebastian didn't hesitate at all. He unbuttoned the top 2 buttons of his shirt, exposing the red marks I'd left on his neck. The car window rolled down. Outside were Ryan and his roommate, David. Damn! Not only didn't you come home last night, you changed clothes? What's that? Mosquito bites, definitely mosquito bites. Who's that next to you? Do you have a girlfriend now? David's voice was so loud it hurt my eardrums. Ryan also joked a little. Who is it, so impressive, managed to land our Prince Sebastian? Sebastian glanced at me, pressed against the car window. Come on, say hi to my roommate. Me? Absolutely not. I clutched the trench coat, sending Sebastian a message in the dark. Are you crazy? Immediately recalled, drive away, fast dot. Please. His phone dinged a few times. Sebastian didn't look. He tried his best to resist revealing the truth. The hand gripping the steering wheel even showed faint veins. Next time. She's a little shy right now. Ryan was genuinely curious. In all their years as classmates, Sebastian had never shown interest in girls. How did he suddenly have a girlfriend? And why was he hiding her? Then bring your girlfriend next time we hang out. Introduce her to everyone. Sure. Sebastian's pupils were dark, staring directly at him. There was a subtle challenge in his gaze. But no need for introductions. You know her. Ryan still felt something was off. The person in Sebastian's car felt familiar. Even though they were completely covered, he felt like he'd seen them somewhere before. Before he could grasp the thought in his mind, his roommate suddenly asked, Are you really into that freshman girl? Yeah. I thought you'd confess to Chloe on her birthday. She must be pretty upset. Ryan, Chloe and I are just friends. Who are you fooling? If she was just a friend, would you be so nice to her? If she was just a friend, why would you always tease her? I advise you to figure things out soon. You've wasted her time for so many years. Be careful Chloe doesn't want you anymore. Then you'll regret it. A wave of annoyance washed over Ryan. He sneered. Frankly, I wish she'd like someone else and stop hanging around me so much. It's annoying. Suddenly, a sudden realization hit Ryan. He figured out what felt off. The dress. The only part not covered by the trench coat was the hem of a dress. It looked very familiar. Chloe had one exactly like it. Could it be? Impossible. He quickly dismissed the thought. Chloe was head over heels for him, how could she possibly like someone else? This was just her playing hard to get. After all these years, straightforward Chloe had actually learned some tricks. Like a cat swatting playfully when she's mad, he just needed a little patience to humor her. Ryan opened his messaging app. The chat was filled with messages. All from Chloe. He'd reply if he felt like it, otherwise he'd just ignore them. His annoyed mood quickly settled. Sure enough, Chloe still liked him. He just hooked up with someone new on her birthday, which made her more upset this time. She'd even hung up on him for the first time ever this morning. Ryan took the initiative for once, preparing to pacify her again. Still mad at me? If you don't like her, I'll just delete that freshman girl. It's not a big deal. There was no reply. Ryan clenched his jaw. He laughed bitterly. Fine, be stubborn then. He knew that as soon as he snapped his fingers, she'd come crawling back. See if you dare not come back, begging him. After the car started moving, I tentatively took the trench coat off my head. Sebastian's face was dark. He didn't say a word. His face clearly said, I'm mad, come appease me. The Mercedes circled the university and stopped. Ryan's gone, you can relax now. Sebastian's voice was cold. Not knowing what I'd done to annoy him this time, I quietly unbuckled my seatbelt. My hand had just touched the car door handle. Click, Sebastian locked the car doors. Chloe. Yes? Why were you hiding just now? I was speechless for a moment. Seba. Stian's eyes were half closed, his expression was dark. After a long pause, he spoke. Until you pay back the 10 kisses you owe me, can you please not go back to Ryan? And don't like him anymore. I was about to nod, but realized something was wrong. Then if you lose interest after a few kisses, does that mean I can never like anyone else my whole life? Are you going to like Ryan forever? Sebastian couldn't believe it. His expression was a mix of hurt and confusion. Ryan's grades aren't as good as mine, he's also a whole 3 centimeters shorter than me, he can't cook and is a player. What about him is better than me? I was bewildered. Why is he comparing himself to you? What the hell did Ryan have to do with this? In your heart, no one compares to him, right? Anyway, given our current relationship, if you still like Ryan, you'd be too timing, that's immoral. Sebastian's kiss-swollen lips moved as he spoke. He was too close. I zoned out, flashing back to snippets of last night. I couldn't hear a word he was saying. All I could see was his clearly unhappy face. On impulse, I reached out and pinched Sebastian's lips. You're too noisy. Sebastian? Before Princess Sebastian's anger could obliterate me, I quickly escaped from the car. Got it, Mr. Morality. I won't like him anymore. My plan was to never see Ryan again until his funeral. But we had too many mutual friends, and I ran into him anyway. At the party, the freshman girl was sitting next to Ryan. He looked displeased and kept glancing at me. I shrank beside my roommate Maya and asked her, didn't you say he wasn't coming? Maya was baffled. Yeah, I asked him. He said he was busy, that's why he invited you. I wanted to leave. But then I thought, leaving would make me look guilty. Why should I be the one to leave? I steeled myself and played on my phone in the corner. Maya praised me. I've noticed you're really different now. You don't even spare a glance for Ryan. Yeah, I originally thought I'd be sad for a while. But Sebastian was just too high maintenance, he took up all my energy. He sent me dozens of messages every day, all asking me to come downstairs to kiss. To respect the hottie, I'd washed up and even brushed my teeth beforehand every time. But he'd either take me for a workout on the track, or go eat off campus, and even went to the movies with me several times. He never kissed me once. There was even one time I twisted my ankle and fell into Sebastian's arms. Under the cover of night, eyes met. It was the perfect moment for a kiss. But Sebastian still didn't make a move. I got impatient. Dude, you called me down to kiss, and I've been walking with you for 3 hours. Can we kiss now? Sebastian stared at my lips. His throat bobbed. Then he firmly refused. I'm not in the mood right now, I don't want to kiss. Seriously? What do you mean you're never in the mood? If you're not in the mood, stop asking me a million times a day. You know a guy's not supposed to say no? At this rate, will I ever pay you back? Sebastian didn't fall for my provocation. Heh. You're in a hurry to finish paying me back so you can go chase Ryan, aren't you? Dream on. Why did he keep bringing up Ryan? I even suspected Sebastian didn't want to kiss me at all. He just had a beef with Ryan and hated that Ryan had a simp and he didn't. That day, Sebastian and I parted ways unhappily. He lay low for a few days and didn't contact me, and I even felt a little strange. No sooner had I thought of Sebastian than he appeared in the doorway. Sebastian was wearing a black hoodie, looking like he'd rushed over, his breathing slightly ragged. Strikingly handsome. I suddenly felt like walking for 3 hours wasn't so bad after all. Even with a bit of a temper, he was bearable. What was going on? What had I done wrong this time? Everyone was clearly surprised, and the atmosphere got even livelier. Maya gossiped in my ear. I heard the campus heartthrob is dating someone from our university too. He never usually comes to parties. Maybe his girlfriend is here. I didn't dare say a word. The rumor was ridiculous. Girlfriend? At best, we were kissing buddies. At worst, we had a debt. Sure enough, the creditor sat down and sent me a message. Messaging app chat window. Top 10 dangers of simping. In severe cases, it can even affect your fortune. Click here to find out how to break free. As the party warmed up, everyone started playing a game. Never have I ever. The rules were simple. Each person says something they've never done. Those who have done it bend a finger. The first person to bend 5 fingers has to drink a special evil concoction. Let's play for higher stakes, nothing boring. No lying in the game, okay? If you lie, you'll have bad luck with money forever. Let the freshman girl go first. The freshman girl blushed, shyly glancing at Ryan. I'm still a virgin. Damn, playing this hard? I almost choked on my drink. Everyone cheered. Ryan, did you hear that? The freshman girl is putting you on the spot. Don't make the girl make the first move. Ryan gave a lazy smile. Even when pursuing someone, he always acted casual, as if he held all the cards. Tonight, you won't be anymore. The freshman girl shyly snuggled into his arms. Maybe it wasn't my imagination, but I felt like Ryan glanced at me, as if observing my reaction. But I didn't have time to focus on him. Because from the booth, Sebastian bent his thumb. An uproar of surprise burst through the crowd. Maya, the campus heartthrob has already been slept with? Which lucky girl got him? Who do you think his girlfriend is? She's kept it quiet. Me, because he doesn't have one. While no one was looking, I got up, wanting to sneak away. My turn was coming up next. Chloe. Sebastian stretched out his leg and put his foot on the edge of the coffee table, blocking my planned escape route. Your turn. The tips of his ears were tinged red. He stared intently at me. Suddenly, everyone's attention was on the 3 of us. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Even Ryan's gaze was on me. Girls shouldn't play. Chloe's answer is easy to guess anyway. With a smirk, he chuckled softly. She's definitely. Can you stop interrupting? Sebastian interrupted him impatiently. Nobody asked you. Ryan, who had been casual and dismissive, changed his face. He sat up, his back stiff. Their eyes met in a challenge. The lively atmosphere quieted down. Everyone's gossip-hungry eyes darted between the 3 of us. I closed my eyes and steeled my resolve, bending one finger. No way, I couldn't lie to Lady Luck. Chloe. Ryan's face was dark, his voice laced with barely suppressed anger. Trying to provoke me with these tactics is really pathetic. Why would she try to provoke you? Sebastian sneered. Are you some important figure? Tension filled the air. Ryan suddenly remembered the scene he'd witnessed that day. The girl in the front passenger seat of the Mercedes, covering her face with a coat. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. But the anger surging within him was uncontrollable. The next second, the sound of a beer bottle smashing violently on the floor. Ryan's eyes were bloodshot, filled with aggression. Who touched you? Seeing the atmosphere was off, our friends voluntarily left. Maya instructed. I'll be right outside the door. Call if you need anything. Only the 3 of us were left in the room. It was you, wasn't it? Ryan demanded coldly. The person in your car that day was Chloe? You'd touch a friend's girl? Sebastian admitted it frankly, looking perfectly calm, as if completely unaware of the tense atmosphere. You weren't even her ex. Stop flattering yourself. With that one sentence, Ryan lost control. He raised his hand and swung a punch at Sebastian. Sebastian didn't move, taking the punch head on. I quickly stepped in front of him. Ryan, get help if you're sick. Stop going crazy here. You're being fierce with me for him? Ryan pointed at me, his face full of disbelief. You're supposed to like me. Who gave you permission to stand in front of him? I already don't like you anymore. I emphasized again. Impossible. Ryan cursed, raising his arm, ready to strike again. This time, Sebastian easily dodged. He twisted Ryan's arm behind his back and pinned him to the couch, lowering his voice. I'm not your brother. If it weren't for getting close to Chloe, I wouldn't even bother with you. With that, Sebastian turned and held out his hand to me. Are you coming with me? I noticed Sebastian's hand was trembling slightly. He had absolutely no confidence in the answer to that question. His eyes were a little watery. So I took his hand. Let's go! Sebastian was very fair-skinned. Under the streetlights, the bruise on his cheekbone was even more visible. A hint of the earlier fierceness lingered in his eyes, giving him a rugged, almost battle-worn look. I cursed my own imagination. Didn't expect you were good at fighting. That series of movements was incredibly smooth. That's not fighting, Sebastian corrected. He hit me first. Look how badly he beat me. I was just defending myself. Now I was sure. Sebastian did that on purpose just now. With his skills, he could have easily dodged. On the roadside, a pharmacy sign flashed green. Sebastian hinted. Do you think my injury needs medicine? No, fine. Then I'll just sit here injured, with no medicine, waiting alone for the wound to get infected, and nobody will care even if I pass out at home. To avoid being labeled as someone who abandoned him, I dragged Sebastian into the pharmacy. I even bought precious Princess Sebastian some vitamins. Of course, he paid for them himself. While applying the medicine in the car, Sebastian didn't forget to play pitiful. It hurts so much. He looked pathetic. Ryan is so unstable, always hitting people. He might be abusive later. You shouldn't get involved with a man like that. Can you please wait until I'm done applying the medicine before you start trash-talking others? You're so biased. Sebastian teared up like a kitten. I was just making a fair, reasonable, objective, and logical prediction about Ryan's future behavior, not intentionally slandering him at all. Okay, my bad. Humph, I forgive you. Sebastian floored it to his apartment off campus. You're not going back to the dorm? Seeing Ryan is annoying. If I go back to the dorm, I'm afraid I'll get into a fight with him. I pointed at myself. What about me? I'd be perfectly safe in my dorm. If you're not worried about your roommate cornering you with questions, I can take you back. I had nothing to say. Given Maya's personality, she'd grill me all night if I went back. Even after lights out, she'd drag me into the hallway and keep asking. There are 2 beds in the apartment, you don't have to worry. Sebastian opened the car door. Let's go. I followed Sebastian, looking at his long legs. And his nice butt. I felt like he was the one who should be worried. I reminded myself to keep it together. Don't rack up any more debt. After washing up, I curled up on the bed playing games. There was a light knock on the door. Sebastian stood in the doorway. The pipe in my room is broken. Can I use the restroom here? Is that okay? I quickly nodded. I was aghast. How could I refuse? The bathroom still had steam from my shower. Steamed by the heat, I suddenly felt a little awkward. It's a little wet, be careful. Okay. I watched Sebastian walk stiffly into the bathroom. Suddenly, my face flushed. I couldn't focus on the game anymore. My attention was completely focused on the sound of the running water. Enough. Stop thinking like that. Stay pure. Keep control. Resist his charms. Just. Sebastian came out of the bathroom. His towel. I was loosely tied, looking like it might fall off any second as he walked. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, water still dripping from his hair. A perfect picture of a handsome man emerging from the bath. I couldn't resist stealing a few more glances. I watched Sebastian walk closer, stopping by my bed. He squatted down. His eyes were clear and seemed a little misty. The medicine just washed off. Can you help me put it on again, please? He was too close. His warm breath hit my cheek as he spoke, making me tremble slightly. Sebastian looked like he was trying to be seductive for the first time. His movements were clumsy, his body stiff. And he was flushed all over. A common person like me couldn't resist that. Okay. As our breaths mingled, Sebastian suddenly called my name. His fine eyelashes trembled. Were you satisfied with my service last time? Suddenly, I was pulled back to that drunken night. Dry-mouthed. The temperature in the room was rising. It was good. Then do you want to be served again? Sebastian looked up, his gaze fixed on me. I think I've improved. You'll like it better. I suddenly felt a little awkward. You're pretty motivated then. Sebastian being this forward felt a little unnerving. Wait. I thought of something important. What does this count as? You're not going to make me pay you back tomorrow, are you? Sebastian took my earlobe in his mouth. His breathing and the sound of the water made the temperature climb higher and higher. He whispered, "This time, I'm offering myself. No debt." The next day, I opened my sleepy eyes. Sebastian was already awake. He propped his head on one hand, playing with my hair with the other. Seeing I was awake, he leaned in and gave me a long kiss. It left my head spinning. I almost couldn't breathe. Did you like it? Sebastian's voice was husky and alluring. I nodded. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Encouraged, Sebastian leaned in, wanting another kiss. But I wasn't finished speaking. Ha ha ha, after all these days, I finally paid back one kiss of the debt. Sebastian froze. I said eagerly, want another kiss? No. Sebastian drove me to the dorm. Maya was waiting for me downstairs. You took our girl Chloe out for the whole night. What do you have to say for yourself? Sebastian took a humble stance. I'm clearly pursuing Chloe. I'm trying to win her over. I hope you can put in a good word for me with Chloe. You can pick any guy from my friends list. He poutily added, none of them are jerks like Ryan. Maya, who had been looking like a scrutinizing mother-in-law, grinned widely when she heard about the handsome guys. Oh, brother-in-law, you're too kind. You know, the first time I saw you on campus, I just felt you'd be perfect for my sister-in-law. Before we parted, Sebastian hesitated for a long time before leaning down to kiss me. After the kiss, he looked like it pained him, as if he'd lost $1 million. I automatically counted. 8 left. Maya beside me looked excited. 8 times? In one night? That intense? Just like the campus heartthrob. You must be exhausted, that sounds like a lot. Can you even walk? Want me to help you up? Or should I call brother-in-law to carry you? Enough. Your head is full of dirty thoughts. Ryan broke up with the freshman girl. Even if I didn't want to know, he was a big man on campus, so gossip just automatically reached my ears. In the dining hall, Maya looked like she had something to say but was holding back. I seized the opportunity to snatch the meatballs from her tray onto my plate. She didn't even notice such a big move. It seemed she had something serious on her mind. Go ahead and tell me. My grades are good. I don't need you to choke to get into grad school. Ryan broke up again. I heard the freshman girl cried under his dorm window all night, and he didn't even go down. Oh, what a jerk. You're not going to hear he's SI. Angle and go back to liking him, are you? I was about to swear to God when my phone suddenly rang. It was David's name. I hesitated for a moment. Then I answered. What's up? Chloe, are you free now? Ryan is in really bad shape. He's been drinking all night. I'm not a doctor. There's no point in me going. Wait, don't hang up. Ryan, actually, there's something wrong with his hand, and he didn't want me to tell you. I gripped my phone tightly. When he was discharged, the doctor said he'd fully recovered and there were no issues. After a long silence, I know he was wrong all these years, but can't you even be friends anymore? Ryan got hurt back then because of you, you know. I lowered my eyes. I can come over. But this is the last time. The whole way there, I was clutching my phone and agonizing. Should I tell Sebastian? If I didn't, Princess Sebastian would get moody if he found out later. If I did, he'd just get angry right away. Better not to tell him. I'd make it quick with Ryan. Sebastian wouldn't know. The elevator doors dinged open. I had just stepped out with my left foot. Hey, what a coincidence. Sebastian was standing lazily by the door, arms crossed, raising an eyebrow. Here to see Mr. Regret? Caught you. Me, got busted before I even did anything wrong. I can explain, I really don't like Ryan anymore, it's just that there are some things between us. Before I finished speaking, Sebastian flicked my forehead lightly. Go ahead. Deal with this annoying guy today, stop him from bothering us anymore. I rubbed my forehead and nodded obediently. I didn't expect Sebastian to be so gentle, generous, and easy to talk to today. Before I'd walked 2 steps, he added quietly, just a few words, 1 minute should be enough, right? If you don't come out, I'm kicking the door in. Me, I'd been to Ryan's apartment several times. I even remembered the door code. He was sitting on the couch. Countless beer cans were on coffee table. His eyes showed his exhaustion, bloodshot and weary. He was in really bad shape. Chloe, I knew you'd come, you still care about me. The moment I entered, he rushed over in a panic, his legs slammed against the coffee table with a loud bang. He didn't even wince, as if he couldn't feel the pain. I took a few steps back. Is your hand okay? Ryan didn't answer, just kept talking. I know you're still mad at me. I know I was wrong, I was such a jerk before, but I just kissed the freshman girl, nothing else happened. Ryan's voice trembled slightly, his eyes were full of hope and pleading. I'd never seen him look so desperate. You don't know how upset I was when I saw you leave with Sebastian that day. I finally realized that you're the one I've always loved. I don't care about what happened between you two. Can we start over? No, I refused him flat out. Ryan, I came here today to make things clear. I'm grateful you helped me with those troublemakers back then, and I took care of you after you got hurt. But when you were discharged, the doctor said you'd fully recovered and there were no issues. For 3 years, you used that as an excuse to make me soften and back down countless times. I'm tired. Don't contact me anymore. I said everything in one breath. Ryan's face instantly went pale. His eyes were red-rimmed. He pleaded desperately, blurting out anything. But I saved you, Chloe, I saved you. Yeah, but didn't you say my attitude of wanting to act like I owed you my life was disgusting? 3 years ago, I got cornered by some troublemakers off campus. Ryan, who was passing by, helped me. He got hurt because of it. I carried meals to the hospital for him every day for a month. Once, through the slightly open door, I heard what was happening inside. Has Chloe fallen for you? Impressive, Ryan. Hero saves the damsel. That girl will be devoted to you forever. Ryan's voice was crystal clear. No thanks. I hate girls who use gratitude as an excuse. Acting like she owed me her life, it's disgusting. Isn't that just moral blackmail? Get involved and you can't shake them off. That day, I almost dropped the lunchbox I was holding. I reminded myself over and over. My feelings were my own business. I couldn't expect others to feel the same, and I shouldn't be a burden. After I said that, Ryan felt like all the strength had been drained from him. We can never go back, can we? No, just then, my phone started buzzing. All messages from Sebastian. Still not done? He didn't kneel and play pitiful, did he? And you didn't fall for it again, did you? If you don't come out, I'm kicking the door in. I'm serious, I'll kick it. Don't like him. I'm way better than him. Try me out. I let out a laugh. Then I looked seriously at Ryan. I'm leaving. Someone's waiting for me. If I don't go, he might get so mad he floats away like a balloon. Ryan watched Chloe leave. She didn't look back, not the slightest hesitation. Chloe wasn't coming back. For the first time, this was the first time Ryan realized this problem. In these 3 years when he didn't appreciate her, the goodwill he gained from that hero saves the damsel moment was finally squandered all away. He remembered the day of Chloe's birthday. He'd been looking for thrills and kissed the freshman girl whose name he could barely remember now, under a tree. Chloe saw this. Her face instantly turned pale. In that moment, a flicker of guilt crossed his mind. But more than that, he was sure that no matter what he did, Chloe would unconditionally forgive him and always follow him. How ridiculous. Why was he so confident? Chloe left. She closed the door. The room returned to darkness. His light was gone. The moment I walked out, I almost bumped right into Sebastian. He was already ready to kick the door in. Feeling guilty, I smiled especially sweetly. Impatient, huh? I'm done talking. Took care of him completely. Sebastian stretched out his arm and pointed at the watch on his wrist. Look for yourself. Confused, I took his hand and examined it closely. Wow, it's a Patek Philippe. Dict. You're so rich. Sebastian, I meant look at the time. We said 1 minute, look how long I waited. Do you have any idea how scared I was waiting out here alone? Scared you wouldn't want me, scared you'd go soft again, scared Sebastian didn't finish speaking. Because I stood on my tiptoes and gave the insecure, lost puppy a kiss. I even put my arms around his shoulders. I already don't like him anymore. I completely figured it out on my birthday. Sebastian tightened the hug, holding me so tightly it felt like he was trying to absorb me. I continued with difficulty. Let me explain about what happened before. No need. Sebastian, I know everything. The first time Sebastian saw Chloe was on a rainy night. There was a party among rich kids from universities in the city, and he rarely attended. His roommate, Ryan, was there, totally drunk. Prince Sebastian, why don't you take Ryan home? Sebastian didn't want to. He didn't want his car smelling like alcohol. He didn't think much of the playboy either. Others didn't dare push him, preparing to call a ride. Ryan waved his hand. No need to call a ride. I'll call a simp to come get me. He said this and made a call, shamelessly putting him on speakerphone. The voice on the other end sounded really nice, and Sebastian unconsciously started paying attention to their conversation. The person on the other end sounded hesitant. The dorm is locked already. Should I get you a ride? My hand isn't feeling well today. Okay, I'll be right there. After hanging up, everyone cheered, saying that good looks were more effective than cash, charm was better than money. Sebastian frowned slightly, glancing at Ryan's hand, puzzled. What was wrong with his hand? It looked perfectly fine. He fina. LLY waited until the party was over. Sebastian paid a little more attention when he left. Sure enough, he saw the girl. She was waiting outside, wearing a warm yellow jacket. The only bright spot in that boring night. Sebastian suddenly stopped, watching the girl walk step by step towards where he was. Then she walked past him, going to Ryan. Her words were complaints, but full of concern. The doctor said you should drink less, didn't he? It'll affect your injuries recovery. He didn't even hear what Ryan said in response, frowning watching their backs as they left. Sebastian stopped refusing Ryan's party invitations. Because he could see Chloe. Her affection for Ryan was obvious, her bright eyes only looking at him. This annoyed Sebastian greatly. He secretly compared himself to Ryan, making a spreadsheet and comparing them objectively from every angle. He concluded that he was far superior. So why didn't Chloe like him? It must be Ryan's fault. Ryan must have used some trick to mislead Chloe. So he probed indirectly, and finally found out the reason by probing once when Ryan was drunk. There was a construction site near the university back then. It was messy and not very safe. I just happened to be passing by at the time and saw Chloe surrounded by a few guys. I was in a bad mood that day and wanted to vent. Seeing how pale she was with fright, I impulsively rushed up to be the hero, didn't expect to break my arm and injure my hand. Chloe fussed over me and took care of me for a month. Someone like Chloe, she's suitable for marriage and presentable. I'll date her after I've had my fun. After getting the information, Sebastian coldly tossed Ryan onto the couch. Heaven gave him a golden opportunity like that hero saves the damsel moment, and he squandered it. Not only that, he emotionally manipulated Chloe, using his hand, which had long since healed, to morally blackmail her every time. Talk about you being a jerk. You missed your chance. Oppo. Opportunity only favors the prepared. Like himself. By attending a few parties, he got himself noticed. One day he heard Chloe and her roommate talking. They were discussing how handsome he was and unanimously agreed he was hot. That same night, Sebastian, wearing a baseball cap and mask, looking like a cool guy, went to the counter and bought a face mask. He had to protect his weapon, maintain his good looks. He'd entered the game late, so he had to fight for it. Better than missing the chance and just being a background character in Chloe's story. The night of Chloe's birthday was the most nerve-wracking for him. He was worried the playboy would settle down. If Ryan confessed, he had no chance. Luckily, he got his opportunity. Sebastian watched Ryan and the freshman girl walk out. He immediately got up to find Chloe. I lost my phone. Can you come with me to look for it? Okay. Sebastian led her in the direction Ryan had left. Everything unfolded just as he predicted. But seeing Chloe's sad tears made his mood drop as well. Chloe's eyes were red-rimmed. Sorry, I can't help you look for your phone anymore. Something came up. I have to go. I'll take you. Sebastian quickly followed. He went with Chloe to a bar and watched her order a drink. The alcohol content wasn't high, so Sebastian didn't stop her. Taking Chloe back later, he could gain some goodwill and take the chance to badmouth Ryan. Sebastian happily planned. The next second, Chloe's face was flushed, her large eyes watery. She dizzily grabbed his arm. You're so good-looking. Can I kiss you? Why not? Kiss me senseless. This relationship should be his. Sebastian's story of his secret crush. When I first heard it, I was touched. Until one day, I suddenly realized the issue. So, that night wasn't me assaulting you at all. You deliberately tried to seduce me, and then made me owe you a debt. At this moment, Sebastian had just woken up. He kept burying his head in the nape of my neck. And rubbing. I did plan it, but I was planning to take things slow, like confessing and holding hands first. They say people don't cherish what they get easily. I didn't want to lose my virginity so soon. You're going to take responsibility for me, right? After we started dating, I realized Sebastian was indeed clingy. For example, he was especially enthusiastic about announcing our relationship online. He rewrote the announcement post dozens of times, even used some AI to find the perfect time. Couples who announce at this time will marry early, grow old together, have a happy home with pets, live long and healthy lives. You believe in that stuff? I noted that he didn't even use a wallpaper of Lady Luck normally. At the moment, I was curled up on the couch playing games. Sebastian acted as my big body pillow. He kissed the top of my head. Since I'm rich, I don't need to pray for fortune. I only pray for you. That line made my hand tremble. My character died in the game. I put down my phone and straddled Sebastian, cupping his face. Then you can pray to me. If you're good enough, your God will grant your wish. Sebastian was acting incredibly good at this moment. I'll be good. As he spoke, he tilted his head slightly and put my index finger in his mouth. Sebastian's mouth was very warm. So hot it made me tremble slightly. When he kissed my chin, wanting to kiss his way up, I thought of something important. Now that we're dating, are the 6 kisses I still owe from before wiped clean? No choice, I'm someone who sticks to agreements. Always thinking about the debt. No way. Sebastian refused without thinking. You just said you'd be good. You're not listening at all. I didn't let him kiss me anymore. I want you to keep owing me. Keep owing me. Owe me until your next life. We're tangled by fate, so we'll meet sooner. I want to meet you in preschool. No, we'll be born in the same hospital, see each other the moment we open our eyes. Okay? Okay.